Hi, Mr. John. Thank you so much for taking the time to participate in this interview for my research project titled AI and Journalism in India. This is a part of my MSc dissertation at Brunel University, London, and today I'm really looking forward to learning from your professional experience. Before we begin, just a few quick checks. Have you had a chance to read the participant information sheet?
Yes, I have.
That's cool. Have you signed and returned the consent form?
Yes.
Perfect. Are you comfortable with this interview being audio video recorded for academic use?
Yes. Please go ahead.
That's great. Again, a very warm welcome, Mr. John. To start, could you please briefly introduce yourself, your name, your role, how long you have been in media journalism industry, and the organization you currently work with?
Thank you, Kirti. I am John Melvin, the managing editor at MIT's Loan Management Review, India. I have been in journalism for over 2 decades now.
Wow, that's cool. And currently, you are working with which organization?
I'm the managing editor at MIT's Loan Management Review, India.
Wow, thank you so much again for introducing yourself, Mr. John. So, what do you think? What are your perceptions of AI generated news content or AI news anchors?
It's an interesting topic. AI is primarily kind of you can look at it look at it in two ways. One is it is advantageous to journalists primarily because it helps them research and probably cover all their bases, particularly because it is kind of what do you call it? A kind of a backup for journalists to bulletproof, even if you're looking at it from from the lens of, say, if you look at it from a straight perspective, AI is helpful for journalists because it helps journalists generate or brainstorm ideas and also to get to know of angles that you may not you may alone not be able to in short, it helps brainstorm ideas. Yeah, that is one way in which AI helps. The other is it helps generate text, but human oversight is always necessary when you ask AI to generate text. For example, if you ask it to create something, there is always this possibility of it generating garble, in the sense, it can also generate something that is contextual, but there is always this danger of it going on its own track and then hallucinating, as they call it. So it's always better that a journalist looks at it carefully at whatever text that is generated. So it's twofold primarily. Helps you brainstorm ideas as well as helps you frame.
Sorry for the interruption, Mr. John, but here you're talking about like how it can be beneficial, it can be a disadvantage as well. But my question is like, what are your perceptions of AI generated news content? Because AI can generate
Oh,
images
you mean to
and
say
add it to
AI
video.
generated news
AI can
content?
generate, yeah, AI can generate
See,
videos, text, whatever we want. But what are your perceptions of AI generated news content or AI news anchors?
see it in a sense, it is helpful for people those who want to grasp maybe the context of whatever is mentioned in news. Say, for example, if you look at Bloomberg, it puts upfront the what we call a summary of what the whole story points to. So for people, those who don't have the time or those who don't have the resources even to maybe subscribe to, say, a publication like Bloomberg, it's always helpful that you get the summary of it in maybe 2 or 3 sentences. So that way, it is good for not only the consumer, but also for the people who work in such platforms. So that it helps, especially journalists, to convey what their in-depth story conveys in maybe a couple of or 3 paragraphs or lines. So yes. What was the
And
other angle?
what are your perceptions about AI news anchors?
News anchors, I don't know, because see, I don't watch much of TV. So even in real life, for people, I mean, for people like me who don't watch news as such, AI generated is, I mean, AI anchors are like something that, how shall I put it? It makes no significant difference to somebody like me. So yeah, I mean, something that goes on TV. See. I don't know who actually listens or even sees AI generated content, because beyond a point, it's like it's all automated, right? So I mean, there is a limit to what people or sensible people can listen to or even see. Uh, Probably, say for example, if you have an Arnab Goswami who goes out of it, more kind of mimics, histrionics or whatever you call it. No, there are some people may be attracted to that, but AI news anchors will probably come across as dull and mundane kind of stuff. So yeah,
So you want to say it can be unnatural or robotic kind of?
it's kind of unnatural. So people don't have that much of time, or maybe some people may have, but even I wonder who the target audience is for AI anchors, because it's maybe, I mean, it's like, say, for example, somebody listening to the radio. You can just listen to it. There's nothing to see in something like an AI generated, AI anchor kind of a situation. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. I totally agree. Like AI generated content, we can summarize it. And if I'm talking about AI news anchors, we can see on social media. Don't have, nobody have time to sit in front of television because
Yeah,
everyone
that's
life is
the
so busy.
primarily disadvantage for AI news anchor. See, when it came, I think China was one of the first to introduce it. But then I mean, the interest is dissipated. So, I mean, it's like that. So, I don't think there is much relevance for AI anchors.
Yeah, it can be impressive technology, but nobody takes a lot of interest in such kind of AI anchors videos because it seems to be unnatural and robotic.
Also, I guess AI anchors could step in for real anchors during, I think, breaks or maybe non-peak hours. Probably that is some time that AI anchors could step in, because that's you need to run the channel, right. So that ways.
What are your views on the use of AI in news analysis and dissemination?
In news analysis, mm, see, as I told you, AI helps in brainstorming ideas, and then
Mhm.
it helps the writer explore angles that he may not have thought of
Mhm.
without it. So it helps you give a 360-degree, because it's up to the writer to exactly decipher or explain what he has in mind. So I think AI is more kind of a assistant in that terms. What is the other one?
So it's news analysis and dissemination. What are your views on the use of AI in news analysis and dissemination?
Dissemination, I guess you are referring to posts on social media. If it
It's
is
like
that,
spreading news on social media or in any platform.
we can omit the dissemination part, because of primary importance is covering all the bases that a writer would want to explore. So AI would most definitely help the writer with provides all the angles, and in case if he wants to refine it, he can refine it. So that way it is helpful. Yes.
So, like, what do you think? How AI helps in news analysis?
In news analysis, see, AI is something that almost every news organization uses, but with checks or guardrails, as you call it. So it is helpful. Can you come back to the question again?
Yeah. So, what are your views on the use of AI in news analysis and dissemination?
Yeah, so it's coming back to the first question. A journalist always has to be on top of what exactly the AI tool spews, because the journalist is the right person to, or journalists or even normal users are the right people to check if it is relevant. You understand? Because the content that is generated by AI need not necessarily always be perfect. It's like when Wikipedia started out, uh, anybody and everybody could influence whatever content that Wikipedia was generating. So it was not exactly kind of though it had all the text, all the data, it was not exactly reliable or credible. So I think it is on similar lines that AI is. So it's entirely up to the user or journalist to decipher if what exactly the AI is generating is reliable or not. So yeah,
But again, the question comes similar, like how it helps in the news analysis.
it's the
I
same
know
case
it depends,
because
as
see,
you already, yeah.
I'll tell you, say an editorial writer will most definitely go through all the analysis pieces that are there out there. Understanding? So analysis piece or even news, he will have a kind of a complete grasp or grip on what exactly he is going to write on. So AI is more kind of an assistant than kind of a writer in that sense.
All right. So, in case of ethical issues, like what ethical issues are raised by using AI in the news production process?
Ethical issues and AI, there is, I mean, if you have been reading the news, um, I think it is NYT which went after AI when they were using text from NYT to feed their large language models. So there is always this copyright issues that spring up when you leave AI to its own. So that is one problem with AI. The other is that, see, if you completely depend on AI has the tendency to make things up. So unless there is somebody to check what is being generated, there is every possibility that what it generates is always wrong. So you have to be always like 99.9% somebody has to check what AI what do you call spews. So that is something that is there. And then what else? Yeah, basically copyright and checks and balances have to be there for checking AI generated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with your point. Copyright is also important. It's a biggest concern. But what do you think if they need to recheck? What elements would you like to add here?
Sorry, could you come again?
Yeah, in case of rechecking the news, if they are reading the news and they are rechecking it, what elements they need to follow while rechecking it?
While
Like it should be like
rechecking,
transparent. It should be like there can be a factor of accountability and biasness. What do you think about that?
see, this AI exists as it is. So I don't think there are any regulations to what it gives. It's entirely up to the person who is depending on the AI tool to be careful, because primarily a journalist can't afford to be. See, because in several journalism or in several news organizations, you have several layers of checks and balances, right? So if a reporter files a copy, which is AI generated, there's always an editor to take a look at the copy, refine it, and then before publishing, there are several checks and balances that are present. So, I mean, as of now, news organizations don't, I mean, it's like very obvious to people who are experienced in journalism for several years to find anomalies between what is AI generated and what normal reporters file. So, yeah.
So how are
And
AI news anchors? Yeah.
if I were to add, sorry to interrupt, if I were to add, for trained eyes, for people who have been using AI for quite some time, there are certain red flags that AI generated content raises, which is very visible for people, those who have seen it. So, um, those who are like, I mean, even if AI has been around for say 2 years, 3 years maximum right now, so people know what exactly are the problem areas when you come. I mean, when you see something that is AI generated. So sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it is not obvious, but when it is not obvious is when it is okay, acceptable. Yes.
How are AI news anchors impacting human jobs in the media industry?
I doubt there is any impact from AI news anchors, because I feel that they are relegated to off-peak hours, if at all, because it's usually peak hours are devoted, at least the news industry feels that peak hours people will be watching. So it's very unlikely that AI news anchors will take over or gobble up normal jobs, if you are specifically referring to AI news anchors.
So do you believe AI anchors could replace human presenters in the future, or will they coexist, and why?
I believe they could coexist, particularly because, say, for example, you have Deepavali coming up. You may not have enough staff in the workplace during holiday time. So, at those times, maybe these people could, I mean, the AI anchors could step in, or maybe on holidays, say weekends. So, that is always possible.
Okay, so your perception is like they can replace human presenters in the future.
Not exactly replace, they can step in and then not exactly replace, use anchor specifically. They can step in when there is nobody around. So that ways, particularly in
Okay.
holidays or
So
stuff
it
like that.
depends on the demand, like how much they need the staff in the media, in the organization.
Yes,
It depends on
yes,
the requirements, basically.
yes, specifically, yes.
That's cool. I totally agree with your point. So it means it can coexist in the future. There are probably so much chances they will definitely coexist. So thank you so much, Mr. John, for your valuable insights, and your responses have been incredibly helpful for my research. And I will stop the recording now. So you would like to ask any questions? Do you have anything in your mind before wrap up you would like to add and you want to ask from me?
Thank you, Kirti. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. John.